Hey, it's Paul. Welcome back to B&B Talk. Hey, it's Paul. Welcome back to B&B Talk. Don't forget to do me that favor. Hit the subscribe button. All right, I'm going to jump into this episode. We get a lot of developments in here, so I'd like to cover it real quick. The first thing we see is Liam, and he's talking to Bill and Katie. Now, he's trying to source out Katie's input on his dilemma with Steffi and Ivy. But Bill jumps right into this and says he picked Steffi hands down. Now, Katie already's heard this before, and she tells, Bill to sort of calm down off of the whole Steffi thing. And then Katie tells Liam that she actually had a heart-to-heart with Ivy. Now, Liam's very curious about this. And then Bill jumps in again and he calls his son Mr. Wishy-Washy, and then he calls Ivy just a stand-in. And so, neither of the two of them like that. They don't want to hear Ivy referred to as that way. And then after that, Liam points out that he thinks that his feelings for Steffi might be getting stronger, but Katie puts him in check because she points out that Ivy may be with the wrong Spencer, and this gets Liam's attention, and he's thinking, oh God, not my brother again. And then Liam asks if she told Ivy, that theory. She asks Liam how he'd feel about the idea of a pairing with Steffi and Liam, even though she says it's in her head and it might not have happened. So Liam's now, how he works because his dad calls him Mr. Wishy-Washy. So now he's got this on the brain. So we'll have to wait to see how that develops in his brain. The other thing we see Julius, and Julius is talking to Maya, and they've just had this emotional moment, as I told you yesterday, and they're about to leave, and she wishes them well and has safe flight back, but Julius tells her that they're not leaving LA. And Maya's actually excited about this, but her mom is really quiet about this. Now, when they step outside of the house, Vivian asks him why he said all those nice things about her, being that he had said some not so nice things when he was talking to Nicole. Now, Julius reveals to her, once they're having coffee, that he doesn't know if he can accept Maya for who she is. So that there's a bit of duplicity to what he's saying to Maya. And he said that when Myron became Maya, that their whole world was turned upside down. They lost a lot of friends and their lives were never the same again. Loss of jobs, loss of friends. So you're getting that he almost feels that Maya owes him something for all he lost. So that his motives for cozying up to Maya are not really what they seem, or at least that's what it looks like. Then we see a meeting at Forster for the California Freedom Line, and Rich says that he wants Maya to be the lead model for the California Freedom Line, and he says that she embodies that spirit of being your true self. And he asks Rick what he thinks of it, and Rick says he doesn't like it, he loves it. And he says that he thinks that Maya would love it as well. And then Rich says that they should have more transgender models in the show to also keep that theme going. And Steffi also throws her hat in, so we know that she's going to be modeling too. And all the time we see Allie sort of cringing as the meeting's going on. And so much that eventually, after everyone's on board, they actually take Allie's temperature and they ask her, what she thinks about it. And she promised that she would toe the line, and she says whatever's good for the company, she's on board. But you obviously see her cringing, and you can tell that she's just saying the words, but she doesn't really mean it. And then Rich thanks Rick for his contribution. It seems everybody's getting along. Now we go back to Maya, and she's with Nicole, and she tells him that her parents showed up at her house. Now she's overjoyed, and she tells Nicole that, their dad called her his girl, and he held her in his arms, and that he wants to spend time with her. So she's excited about this, but Nicole looks really skeptical, and then she says she's got to go. Now when she steps out, she calls her mom and she arranges to see them back at the coffee shop where they met before. And then we flip to Wyatt, and Wyatt is with Steffi, Ivy, and Liam, and he tells them that he's impressed how Allie's going along with the California Freedom Line, how she hasn't, wigged out or anything like that. But meanwhile, we see Allie, and she's in her room, and she's having a chat with, obviously, the image of Darla. And Darla is kind of stepping up her effort and says that you have to stop them. So that's where we leave them. And then we see Nicole, and she's with her parents, and she calls out her dad, and she doesn't have a problem doing it. She says, why are you giving Maya false hope? She says that, she reminds him that how could he have had a change of heart from his meeting with her to his meeting with Maya, which was literally within an hour. And she asks him if he's lying to Maya. And meanwhile, we see Maya tell Rick that, her dad is trying a lot more than she thought he even could, and that's enough for her. And that's where we leave things off. Maya's got a lot of hope, but we know things aren't going to go as smoothly as she thinks. Anyways, it's a pretty interesting episode. I want to thank you all for checking out B&B Talk. It's Paul. Don't forget to follow us on social media, and don't forget to check us out on Periscope, okay? Thanks, and have a great day.